how many bad moms do we have in the room? I mean, I'm a bad mom. I haven't called my kids once since I got here on Sunday. That's not good. I stayed out too late and drank too much, which for me meant I had 2 glasses of wine and went to bed at 11. But you know, there's something in bad moms that is just instantly relatable. And for you bad dads who are out there, we're actually going to have the sequel to Bad Moms is going to be Bad Dads next summer, so look out for that. But no, so how many people saw Bad Moms? Everybody? All right, some of you. So it was a pretty terrific movie to get to work on. Obviously, a lot going on in the title alone. You know, you can just start with so much stuff. Before I kind of dive into, oh hell, what did Brett just say that I wrote down? My complications. I'm going to show you guys the trailer just to kick things off.
Looking good, Jeff. That beige windbreaker's really lighting up my board.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? My vagina.
God, that woman is a fucking cancer.
Bye, Jeff.
Oh God, here comes that weird little stay-at-home mom.
What the fuck is she wearing?
Hi, guys. Maddie was up all night barfing on my hair, but it's great. I'm very happy.
Gross. I think she just got her sadness all over me.
Here comes Amy.
I just don't know how you leave your kids all day and go to work.
Oh yeah, but I also need things like money.
Right.
I'll see you guys later.
Just love how hard she works.
Such a hard worker.
I just said that, Vicky.
Got 4 minutes to get Roscoe to the vet, which should be fine.
You're super late for your marketing meeting.
I can't believe I'm gonna be late to my first soccer practice.
You having a bad day?
It literally could not get any worse.
Damn.
I called this emergency PTA meeting to address an issue that affects the safety of our children.
Terrorism.
The bake sale.
Is this a joke?
What's that now?
I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
In this day and age, it's impossible to be a good mom.
Screw it. Let's be bad moms.
I'm in to Bad Mom. Get your shit together.
Amy, hi.
I was calling to see if you'd like to join me at the movies this afternoon.
Are we allowed to do that? This has literally been the best day of my life.
Have a great day at school.
Hey, Amy, PTA meeting at 2. Will we see you there?
No.
Bye.
Amy, I run the PTA. Nobody takes a class, kicks a ball, or plays a clarinet unless I say so.
She's a bully. We have to take down these perfect moms.
I say we go punch that chick right in the tits.
Yes.
This is the best PTA meeting ever.
I haven't had sex since my divorce. What if I get someone who's not circumcised?
Oh, I'll show you. This is the foreskin. Peel it back. You just go to town.
What do I do with this?
This is like a giant man clip. Flick it, stick your fucking face on it. It's gonna be like.
I'm not gonna wear this sweatshirt ever again.
Holy fuck! Look at your mom bra.
This is my sexy bra.
You don't even have any cleavage.
Is it bulletproof?
Definitely waterproof.
Is it that bad?
Good move.
Guys, it's so comfortable.
So you're probably thinking, wow, amazing content. There were probably absolutely no, I'm not going to say challenges, there were no complications to marketing this film, but there were actually a number of complications. We were, for starters, there we go. There was this slightly unknown movie franchise, Jason Bourne. He was coming back and launching and premiering the weekend we were actually opening. It was also the first time Matt Damon had been in the franchise in 9 years, so we were up against that. He's highly appealing to women. I don't know why, because he's not that attractive. So, you know, we were up against a lot there. We also had, we were launching in summer, so there's a lot of big blockbusters happening, and those people have a lot of money. STX doesn't have a lot of money. You know, we're making mid-sized films, and we don't have massive marketing budgets. So some of the other films we were up against was Star Trek had launched the week before, so we were worried about their overflow into our weekend. And Suicide Squad was opening the weekend after. So lots of noise happening in the marketplace, lots of money happening. We were also obviously R-rated. And there's a lot of complications with opening up an R-rated film. Just, you know, that was the Red Band trailer that you saw, so something like that air on television or on a lot of websites. So really making sure that the comedic moments shone through was a little challenging, and we really had to push the networks for clearance. And thank you, Marianne. You did a great job getting all those clearances. I appreciate it. So a few challenges, and because I had some wine last night, I'm going to look at my notes. Also, you know, the other thing, too, nobody's making movies for moms. And so we really had to grab mind share of these women who are incredibly busy. And there's a reason no one's making movies for moms, because they don't typically go to the movies. So that was another complication. I'm just going to keep saying that. I love it, that we had. But there was definitely a lot of answers, and we had a lot of great stuff to leverage. First of all, we had just a fantastic cast with Mila Kunis and Kathryn Hahn and Kristen Bell. And most of the time, you think the actors are going to be so cooperative and really help with the marketing campaign. You know, we talk to, when we're looking at building out content and we're talking to our partners, whether it's on air or online, they come to us with fantastic ideas. And the way you're going to make it relatable is to use the cast. And most of the time, you know, I'd say like 9.9 times out of 10, the cast is not available at all to do any of the great ideas that we come up with. Well, these ladies were available. They were fantastic. They did a lot of fun stuff for us. And that made it, that helped us to really kind of answer some of our marketing challenges. The other things that we had were, you know, because nobody's making movies for moms in Hollywood, while that was a challenge, it was also an incredible opportunity for us, because here we had this fantastic movie that was incredibly relatable to moms, and we had a lot of fun ways to get the message out there. So that was another one. And then, I mean, they also had a great agency doing their media, so that was another thing that we, that we looked to leverage. But at the end of the day, it was about creating a story with our clients. And I will say that STX, and while Amy had to leave early, they're a fantastic partner for us in crafting a story. And I think one theme we've heard over and over again here is that it doesn't happen in isolation. You know, the media agency, the creative agency, we're not crafting these stories by ourselves. And what we did was, you know, we sat down together at the very beginning. We looked at what the assets were. We talked about what the key themes of the film were, and what would we need from a marketing standpoint and a content standpoint to be able to put some really relatable stuff out there. So what we looked at was, you know, in the story, there were a bunch of different kinds of moms. There was the single mom. There was the working mom who could never show up for anything. There was the stay-at-home mom who just couldn't stand staying at home. So could we create assets that could appeal to each of these types of women? And with STX, it was yes. And because we had such great access to the cast, they were willing to shoot a lot of extra content for us. So that was one of the things that we did from the very beginning, was just sitting down with them and looking at that. We also had a great title for the film. I mean, Bad Moms is something that is kind of in the cultural lexicon of moms that I think a lot of moms could relate to. There were also some other themes, you know, Party Like a Mother, that we were able to leverage and pick off of, that they were able to create content around. So some fun stuff there that allowed us, as their media partner, to go then to our partners and help craft a story.
Yes to Bad Mom.
The comedy event of the summer
This bra will be the death of your vagina.
is One Bad Mother.
We're having a PTA meeting. Will we see you there?
No.
Bad Moms, rated R.
Always did too with all of our spots was we were really trying to drive people to buy tickets early. There was this whole phenomenon. We really wanted moms to get together and go see this movie together. So group ticketing was incredibly important to us as well. And you'll see that that was attached to everything that we do. One just funny side note, the one scene where Mila Kunis is wearing that awful bra and she's getting poked by the hanger. Like, the networks wouldn't let us run that. Apparently that's just very shocking content, even though we see a lot of other content on air. But things like that was a challenge. So we really looked to curate moments and find moments that were relatable to these women. And one of the first things we did was we we partnered with ABC, and that was a nice opportunity to bring two of our clients together. We premiered the spot in the premiere of Bachelorette. And then we subsequently ran spots throughout their season. But what we did to make it really relatable to moms was we actually partnered with Twitter, and we live tweeted custom content that was based on The Bachelorette. So we were actually commenting on, as a bad mom, what was happening on The Bachelorette, being relatable to them, getting them to comment back to us.
Get in here. Oh, I love you guys so much. You're amazing kids.
Ever wonder what your mom does when you're not around?
My husband totally 50 shaded me this morning.
Oh.
From the writers of The Hangover.
It's very exciting.
On July 29th.
This is the best PTA meeting ever.
Is that Jennifer Noonan peeing behind that car?
Bad Moms. Rated R. July 29th.
Premiered in The Bachelorette, and with every spot that we had running in The Bachelorette, we had a subsequent Twitter campaign airing that made it much more relatable. So where they were commenting on what JoJo was doing, or people going and doing the hometown visits, and then relating it back to some of the subject matter that was in the film. We also partnered with Twitter in another way. One of the other kind of cultural lexicons that was related to this film that we found was mom fails. There was this phenomenon out there of moms expressing kind of just where they failed. You know, I didn't have time to bake last night, so I bought donuts at the store and brought them to the bake sale. So we also partnered with Twitter, and we encouraged women to actually retweet their mom fails and what had happened to them that week, and we encouraged them to use the hashtag mom fails. And every time they used the hashtag mom fails, we actually had a custom response to them, which were the actresses who were in the film actually, and you can see it there on the right, actually answering their mom fail questions. So again, crafting that story, making it a lot more personal and a lot more relatable to the women that we were trying to reach. We also took the mom fails phenomenon back to Pinterest, where it had originated, and as you can see, had things related to it's okay to buy store-bought donuts, and had just a whole host of collateral based on all the mom fails that are out there. And again, you can't do this unless you have a client who really wants to create a lot of different assets, and that's just part of storytelling. You can't tell a story with just, with just 3 spots. So what were the results of all this? I mean, obviously, we had a much bigger campaign behind some of these more nuanced things that we did. We had an on-air campaign. We had an out-of-home campaign. But we opened to $24 million opening weekend. We've since grossed $180 million worldwide. The film had incredible social legs. So the social conversation that we started online just kept going after the film opening. And usually films kind of start to take a nosedive after opening weekend, and ours just kept going and going and going, which was amazing. It was the largest R-rated gross of the summer and the second highest of the year after Deadpool. And we actually had the same levels of awareness opening weekend that Jason Bourne did, and he probably spent 3 times as much as we did marketing the Bourne film, and he also had 4 franchises before. I think it was the layered storytelling that we did. It wasn't just the big media that got us out there. I think it was the things that we were doing socially across Twitter, across Pinterest, that really leveraged that emotional connection that women had. And we also got a lot of women to buy in advance. We had incredible results, actually, with Instagram, where they were 67% higher than Facebook with sending people to the site to buy tickets in advance. So the social networks worked really, really hard for us in this film. So that is it for the bad moms. Continue to be bad moms and bad dads. We'll see you next year.